what you are ordering, make sure that it's the right product. For you in Lansing, Ashley Graham.
This is the L2C Media Network. And this is the Sunday edition of the L2C Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley. And why are you talking during our live show? Here's Steve. Thank you, Harry, and good evening, everybody. Well, that was a false record. Let's flip us on. Evening, all. How y'all doing? Let's see. One day I think we'll get one of those lights that we can put behind things and sort of show us as we are. Anyway. Evening all, how y'all doing? Welcome to another edition, Sunday night edition of the L2C Sports Final. See, live television, even the internet, is amazing. Anything can happen, and it usually does, and that's why you're watching this little program. At least I hope you are. A few little bon mots we have to do. Tomorrow. We were supposed to do it tonight, but damn it, if Jay didn't work his butt off this day, trying to do some things, move furniture, take things. And I gotta admit, I helped too. I was the, I guess you would say I was the pack mule, but the fun-loving pack mule. And I enjoyed doing that, but unfortunately, the car did not. So anything planned for Monday has to be given with a little asterisk because our car is making a funny noise, and that sort of brings out the little no-no birds. So I'm going to call tomorrow and see if I can get an appointment with a mechanic to check that car over. And if it's in any danger, well, right now the car is down. Our little Jeep is down. So don't know if we're going to get it up on Monday, but we'll just all have to wait and see what happens. In life, a little rain must fall, except in our family, a monsoon. Anyway, can we sort of like oh wow, that don't look good. Little light. There we go. Somewhat there. There we go. Okay. Enough of that. Wow. We really are in the dark. Well, I guess we'll have to settle for this for now. Anyway. Enough about our problems. Let's get you with, the L2C, the Last Call Cafe that was scheduled for Friday on Spreaker, scheduled for Sunday on Spreaker. We will be recording it Monday at 11 o'clock. Luckily for us here in the sports area, that only means that, hey, the playoffs will just tell you where we're going. Anyway, when we're going on the air. Anyway, oh boy. This is twice the owner has interrupted a live broadcast. Now, is there any other words you'd like to say before I pass sentence?
Good night.
Thank you. Good night to you, too. Anyways, I was about to say before we got the rude interruptus of the boss, otherwise known as my mom, let's get you to why you're here in the first place, folks. It's time for a look at sports. And, well, sort of a very unusual day in the realm of sport. How y'all doing? I'm sorry if I'm going or I know that's unprofessional, but then again, we're never professional. As you know, the Big Ten decided they're going to cancel the season until maybe spring. Well, there's a little confusion. It is now a nuclear-grade conflict of silliness, this debate over playing the 2020 college football season amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Actually, calling it a debate is an insult to civility. It is a battle of the science of conferences, the Big Ten, the Pac-12 versus the science of three, the ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC. It is parents from half the Big Ten schools. A little raging pandemic. Well, on Sunday, Heisman Trophy finalist Justin Field level. Ohio State's quarterback posted a petition calling on the Big Ten to immediately reinstate the 2020 football season. It had more than 121,000 signatures in the first 4 hours, and the number is climbing as we are going to press. If it all wasn't so befuddling, it would be sad. Ask John Dresner, the University of Washington's team physician and a member of the Pac-12 Medical Advisory Board, who said this. And let's put it this way. Wow. We are in the middle of a pandemic. Our country is one of the worst controlled on the planet. We have more deaths than any country. We have cases surging all over the place. We haven't done what we needed to do to play fall sports. And that is really sad. The NCAA's top doctor late Saturday night said there's, quote, no way to go forward, end quote, with fall sports without drastic improvement in testing nationwide. But it's not over this battle, not by a long shot. In fact, it's getting worse and more intense. And LSU infectious disease experts seem to call out the decisions by the Big Ten Pac-12 as part of a Q&A with The Athletic. Dr. Catherine O'Neill said, quote, I would say we have seen enough to develop a safe plan. They have not, end quote. Never mind that COVID-19 has been raging in the United States basically since March. That's not enough time for most to date a future spouse, much less evaluate the second worst pandemic in the nation's history. The most deadly occurred a century ago, the infamous Spanish flu that killed at least 50 million worldwide. Tom Mars, a prominent Arkansas-based attorney who has battled the NCAA on eligibility issues, said this, quote, not to disparage Dr. Neal at all, but if she had opined it wasn't safe to play college football this fall, I'm not sure she'd be representing the SEC much longer. Well, that's where we are with the ACC, Big 12, and SEC hoping to play this season while the Big 10 and Pac-12 are evaluating a spring season in 2021. For now, pick group of medical advisors for your version of the truth or a fantasy advisory game. For those conferences, it starts to look like a trial where each side brings its own group of expert witnesses to make their case. Who's right? In this case, the jury not only decides, but holds these decisions up to scrutiny, bordering on ridicule. The Pac-12 issued a 12-page document detailing the medical reasons that led to its decision not to play. So far, it is the only FBS conference to provide such an explanation. Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby was pressed last week why his conference didn't explain the medical reasons why it is playing. He simply said, playing is the status quo. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to not be completely transparent with all that information, Mars said. Those liability waivers that players affiliated with the, quote, with the hashtag We Are United movement protested against just 2 weeks ago now seem like a necessity if the conferences that have canceled their seasons really want to play. A group of Big Ten parents asked Mars last week for advice on how to get their sons back on the field. Well, Mars drew up an action plan that started with the parents and players asking the NCAA to rescind its ban on waivers, the ones requested by players in the first place. That means those players and parents would sign away the right to sue their respective schools if players caught the old COVID. Specifically, Mars wrote the parties would sign a document that extinguishes liability for negligence and requires a player to knowingly assume risk of infection. A more detailed part from that action plan is, quote, the NCAA made a mistake in banning liability waivers in response to Senator Cory Booker and Senator Richard Blumenthal's demands. Though this decision was meant to protect student athletes' rights, the NCAA's paternalistic reaction to the senator's demands had the effect of depriving student athletes to make an informed choice that would allow them to pursue their dreams. Now, Gary Corner, the father of Iowa defensive back Jack Corner, said, quote, "I just dropped my daughter at the University of Iowa last night. Nobody asked me to sign a waiver. Nobody promised me strict protocols in contact tracing and testing. Why is it different?" Dressner had an equally logical explanation, quote, "Sports are being postponed because we have a pandemic that's out of control." Duh. Now, one might argue what makes football players so special. The entire country has been, at the bare minimum, inconvenienced. There simply hasn't been enough communal cooperation in the United States, given the length and breadth of this tragedy, while foreign countries that have universally adapted mitigation measures have drastically reduced or even eliminated the spread. Now, what's so wrong with being overcautious? COVID-19 hot zones exist in half of the Pac-12 schools, so Dresner said. Corner is among that group of Big Ten parents who believes there's always risk in playing college football. Signing a waiver could potentially be reckless, but wouldn't it now also be hypocritical? Would a portion of those players who campaigned so hard for their rights and demanded the elimination of such waivers now be willing to sign them away to play football? Well, the first question regarding that would have to go to Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Would he and his hashtag "we want to play college" sign such a waiver? Lisa and Ed McCaffrey said in a Michigan parents' letter sent to the Big Ten, quote, "We strongly believe that denying these players the opportunity to play football this season would jeopardize their fitness, their happiness, and their futures, not to mention the money they'd make in the NFL draft." That's my opinion. Now, this is all about what sort of truth you want to believe. Last week, Nebraska coach Scott Frost threatened to leave the league after the Big Ten canceled its season. The Huskers could handle the coronavirus, Frost contended. That was a different conclusion from a member of the NC2A COVID-19 advisory panel. "I feel like the Titanic," Dr. Carlos Del Rio said. "We've hit the iceberg and we're trying to make decisions at what time should we have the band play." CBS Sports, good people that they are, reported last week that at least 15 Big Ten players had been diagnosed with myocarditis. The condition factored heavily into the decision-making of each Power 5 conference. 6 years ago, Mars was running 30 miles a week with a resting heart rate of 60. A chest cold lingered. A stress test revealed an arrhythmia. In the process of explaining to Mars that he had contracted myocarditis, carditis, thank you. Doctors explained that he was subject to an SDE, a sudden death event. "I may live to be 100, Mars said. "I may drop dead on this phone call." Well, a different doctor recently reviewed Marge's EKG through this attorney just suffered a heart attack. That was a lingering evidence of Mars's 214 myocarditis. This is mentioned because the seriousness of this affliction was enough for the Big Ten and Pac-12 to postpone their seasons. Mars is in his 60s. He's not an athlete, but he's in the demographic that simply can't afford to get COVID. And that's his truth. College football is a version of the truth amid the coronavirus pandemic. Getting harder than now. 35 minutes past the hour. We continue on. If anyone wants to sponsor us, love to have you. In soccer news, yeah, we do have soccer news. Let's go good. Let's go to it. In soccer news, oh, come on. Yes, I can. There you go. Well, the great one, Lionel Messi, wants out at FC Barcelona following their 8-2 quarterfinal embarrassment loss to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. According to journalist Marcelo Belcher, the 33-year-old Argentine superstar's contract is set to expire next summer, but Belcher said, citing club sources, that Messi wants to leave now. Well, that'll put clubs with the biggest financial resources, such as Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and Juventus, on the ultimate high alert. Messi hasn't spoken publicly after the loss to Bayern Munich, but such a decision wouldn't be all that shocking. However, we've seen Messi say he would retire from the Argentine national team on 2 occasions before coming back. His future at Barcelona has been up in the air for a while now, and contract talks stalled in July. Messi and Barca went without winning a trophy this season for the first time in over a decade. The team failed to make a deep run. The Copa del Rey lost La Liga to Real Madrid, and once again had another Euro nightmare in the UEFA Champions League. On top of that, the club fired coach Ernesto Valverde in January for the soon-to-be sacked Quique Setien, while Messi also clashed with the club's higher-ups. You think someone wants to take his ball and go somewhere where he's needed, like, say, I don't know, Team USA? And Javion Clowney. And why he, is not exactly in good graces. Once again, the Javion Clowney situation has been one of the most interesting sagas to follow during this offseason of the National Football League. And despite the interest he has received from several teams, some of which have made multiple lucrative offers, the 3-time Pro Bowler remains unsigned. Now that we've entered the training camp portion of preseason, one has to wonder if Clowney is closer to choosing his new NFL home, or is he going to hold out even longer? Well, apparently, he may just want to stay home. Earlier this week, ESPN's Kimberly A. Martin reported Clowney's asking price is the main reason why he's still a free agent. Teams heard he initially wanted $20 million, which virtually every club believed was too high, and Clowney has turned down multiple offers of $15 million or more. According to Martin, some teams believe the longer According to Martin, some teams believe the longer Clowney waits to sign, the more likely he can end up with half his asking price. Another issue that has come up in talks with league sources, according to Martin, is a potential holdout. Is Clowney prepared to take a lot less now, or is he willing to sit out the whole season? Now, if there was a season to hold out, it might be this one. The COVID-19 pandemic has many wondering if conducting a full 17-week regular season in a safe manner is even possible. A total of six players have opted out thus far of this season due to concerns regarding the coronavirus. So maybe Clowney would rather revisit the situation in a year or so instead of signing a deal he wouldn't be happy with. Now, in terms of that ultimate potential landing, spot 2 continue to stick out. New York Jets and Tennessee Titans. The Jets sent their best defensive player away to Clowney's former team, the Seattle Seahawks, and a player who was sent to New York as part of the deal has tried to recruit Clowney to the AFC East as well. Bradley McDougall tweeted a few weeks ago that Clowney told him he wants New York to come get him in June. It was reported that the Jets did not have interest in Clowney despite having a comfortable amount of available catch, but maybe that has changed. As for the Titans, we know that they are one of the teams that have made multiple offers to Clowney. While they signed former Atlanta Falcon pass rusher Vic Beasley earlier this offseason, he was fined for being late to camp and still has yet to pass his physical. The Titans are always looking to add pieces and know how to get after the quarterback, and how they arranged Derrick Henry's extension made it seem as those they were gearing up for. It seemed as though they were gearing up for another spring. The Jets and Titans may be two of the favorites to land Clowney, but the reality is his recruitment is totally open. As we inch closer to a regular season, however, it seems more and more unlikely Clowney will get the kind of cheese that he's looking for, and that is not even cheddar. That's more Roquefort than ever before. Excuse them. Okay, in the Wyndham Championship, Jim Herman nearly missed the cut, but shot 63 the last 2 days to win by one shot over Billy Horschel. That's right. Right, Jim Herman dug himself out of a 4-stroke deficit Sunday to win the 2020 Wyndham Championship in dramatic fashion, posting a 7-under par 63 to edge out a loaded field in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, after narrowly making the weekend cut, Herman posted a field best 61 on Saturday, followed by 63 in round 4. That tied for today's best score with Denny McCarthy and won the tournament with a 12 under par 29. 12 under par 259. Herman was 4 under through 2 rounds Friday, just missing the 2 under par cut line. But his weekend was powered by his magazine Butte. Let's see, as we said, he was 4 under through 2 rounds Friday, just missing 2 under par cut line, but his weekend rally was powered by his putter. He gained 3.585 strokes on the field in round 3 and 25.89 strokes on the field in the final round. The win for Herman moved him up from 192 in the FedEx Cup playoff standings to number 54. The largest ever jump in the regular season finale. The FedEx Cup playoffs begin next week at the Northern Trust in Jersey City, New Jersey. Now, Herman had to sweat out his win in the clubhouse after posting birdies on 3 of his final 6 notes to bring a little bit of all right. He was seen on the TV broadcast fumbling his water while awaiting Billy Horschel, who needed a birdie on the 18th to force a playoff, finished his round. Horschel's birdie bid came up short, and he finished in second place at 20 under on the week. Kevin Kisner, Webb Simpson, Doc Redman, and Si Woo Kim finished tied for third at 18 under. At 42 years old, it's Herman's third career win on PGA Tour and first since 2019 Barbasol Championship. Okay. He missed cut in 11 of the 18 events this season before surging on the weekend and overtaking a crowded leaderboard. Herman said in an interview, "You get old pretty quick out here with the young guys. They make you feel inadequate off the tee, especially long irons. It's mentally frustrating to overcome it all and get here with a win for a third time. It's pretty amazing." Anyway, Herman said, "You get all yeah, I've already got that done. So there you go. And lots of luck. Because how can you welcome a bunch of people when you're doing the show? Hey, I know, confusing. I'm going to turn on the fan here. There we go. Okay, let us go from golf. Let's go a little bit of Major League Baseball standings and perusals and appraisals and perusals. Go to Major League Baseball scoreboard and tell you that, wow, what a day, what a day, what a day. If you're a Tiger fan, you know what it is. Everything is final. Let's go through it like a bullet, shall we? Tampa Bay Rays over the Toronto Blue Jays, 3-2, 3-11-0 for the Rays, 2-10-2 for the Jays. Loop for the Rays got the win. He's 3-0 and Romano gets lost. He split the uprights. He's 1-1. And Anderson goes and gets his save. That is worth applause right there. Okay. Loop Ronald and Anderson with his third save. In fact, Anderson for Tampa Bay pitched one good inning, didn't give up anything. No hits, no earned runs. Did get one strikeout, no walks. Lowell, the Tampa Bay DH, 1 for 3, a run, no homers or RBIs. Wow. Phillies beat up on the Mets 6-2, 6-14-0 for the Phils, 2-7-2 for the Mets. Wheeler gets the win for the Phils. He's 3-0. Porcello, well, he's just waiting for his next deal. 1 for 3. Wheeler hits Philadelphia. Pitched 7 full innings, got 6 hits, 2 earned runs. Okay. Phil 6-14-0. Mets 2-7-2. Wheeler wins his third in a row. Porcello loses big. He's still 1-3. Let's get going here. Wheeler for Philadelphia. 7-0 for yeah, there we go. Okay. Wheeler, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Oh boy. Anyway. Wheeler, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. McCutchen, left fielder for the Phils, 1 for 2, 1 run, 1 homer, and 2 RBIs. Nationals over the Orioles, 6-5, 6-8-0 Nats, 5-8-1 Orioles. Scherzer, it's back on the winning side of things, going 2-1. Lekins goes 2-1 as well, and Hudson gets his 4th save for the Nats. Scherzer was perfect, 7 full, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and a there we go. McCutchen, 1 for 2, 1 run, a homer, and 2 RBIs. There you go. And Santander for Baltimore, the right fielder, went 2 for 4, got 2 runs, 2 homers, and 2 RBIs. And the Indians made it 20 in a row against Tigers. Indians beat them 8-5, 8-13-1 for the Indians, 5-11-0 for Tigers. Perez gets his first win for the Indians. Schreiber gets his first loss for the Indians. And it's Cleveland duo for player of the game. Reyes, 3 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, 2 ribs. Lindor, the shortstop, 3 for 5, 1 run, 1 hit, 3 ribs. Braves Marlins. Braves blank the Marlins 4-0, 4-8-0 for the Braves, 0-2-0 for the Marlins. O'Day gets wins. He goes 2. Vincent gets lost. He split the uprights 1-1. Hernandez, Miami pitcher, 5 innings pitched, 3 locals arrested for. There we go. Boom. Oh. They'll cut right there. Hernandez for Miami, the pitcher, pitched 5 full innings, gave up 3 hits. No extras. Will go down in history. Erlin from Atlanta, the pitcher, goes 4 for Okay. Erlin's 4 innings pitched, 1 home run, 1 hit, no earned runs, but 5 strikeouts, and no walks for the Braves or the Marlins. Twins roasting the Royals 4-2, 4-6-0 for Twins, 2-5-0 for the Royals. Dobnik gets the victory here, 4-1, otherwise known as We leave happily. Anyway, we are Kuchel. Oh, excuse me. Dobnak for Minnesota, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Romo for Minnesota. He pitched 1 good inning, no hit, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and no batter. Gee. Brewers manhandled Cubs 6-5, 6-12-1 for the Brewers, 5-4-0 for the Chicago Crew. Yardley, I would not be in effect a okay. Yardley with the first win, Adam with the first loss, and Hader with his 5th save. Arcia, the shortstop for Minnesota, went 3 for 4. Gave up 3 runs, 1 home run. It was a massive one, and 2 running backs as well. Hadler, the pitcher for Milwaukee, 1 stinking little Subaru here. Arcia from Milwaukee, a shortstop, 3 for 4, 3 runs, 1 home run, 2 RBI. Hader, the Milwaukee pitcher, went 1 full, gave up no hits, no errors, 1 strikeout, and a clip. Okay, while we're on the clip, Rockies over the Rangers, 10-6, 10-14-1 for the Rockies, and for the Rangers, 6-6-1. Gray is at 1:02 p.m. There we go. Okay, Flyers for Oakland pitcher 6 full innings. Nope. Gray for Colorado, the pitcher, 7 full innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned run, 7 SOs, and copyrights. All right. And the Athletics whopped the Giants 15-3, 15-17, and 0 for the Athletics. All right. Fierce, 6 innings pitched, 7. Okay, we're sailing away here. Fierce, Brooklyn, the pitcher, 6 full, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Piscotti. Anyway, there you go. Is that any more? Yes, there is, and I'm beginning to fall asleep. Okay, we're gonna thank you. Can't go away with that now, can we? All right, we're right here. All right, it is time now for everyone's favorite little Wehrmacht, and that is, of course, the comic season. It is alive. Of course, the Yankees are now 8 wins without a loss. They beat the Red Sox Sunday night 4-2. The Yankees are perfect 6-0 against the Red Sox this season. Boston and New York. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, that is our bang spot there, and we check our time. Got about 10 minutes left of the broadcast, so we're going to. What do you want just end early? Because frankly, I'm about down and out. I say we end early. Okay. We are going to end this show a little early tonight because, as you can tell, I am on vacation. So, if you guys don't mind, we're going to end this about 5 minutes early. So, from all of us here, and by the way, a little thank you, a little hello to all of you on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all over social media. I want to thank you for keep watching and keep enjoying all the action. That is what we do here. Now, that's Major League Baseball scores. Let's give you some scores from the NBA. I don't think they had any today, but right now the first round begins Monday at 1:30, all on, of course, ESPN, the total sports worldwide leader network. Utah will take on Denver. Brooklyn will take on the world champion Toronto Raptors. Philadelphia, Boston, and Dallas, and the Clippers. That's the Monday night or the Monday afternoon slot right there. Right now, we go from the NBA to the NHL. Let's take you to that, and then we're going to say our good night. Okay, let's get to the scores. Remaining in the second in a tie game between the Canucks and the Stanley Cup defending champion St. Louis Blues. Blues need to win this game, otherwise it could be a big hole no one can get out of. Vancouver leads the series 2-0. In overtime, Islanders over the Capitals 2-1. And New York leads that matchup 3-0. Barzal, Pulock for the Islanders, and Carlson of Capitals, your 3 stars. The Flames lost to the Dallas Stars in overtime, 5-4. The series is tied 2 games apiece. Pavelski of Dallas, Klingberg of Dallas, and Bennett of Calgary, your 3 stars. Las Vegas got knighted all right. Lynn Steele Blackhawks came out from nowhere to give the Golden Knights a little shot right in the old Knights of the Round Table. 3-1 final score. Vegas leads 3-1. Crawford for Chicago, Highmore for Chicago, and Theodore for Las Vegas. And finally, the Flyers defeated the Canadiens. They lead the series 2-1. They beat the Canadiens 1-0. No look at any of the 3 stars. No report on that either. Okay. Another award-winning broadcast about to come to a somewhat illogical end because I had a little too much fun today, so we are going to end our show a little early tonight. Please forgive us. I know you want a complete program, but sometimes if you see my eyeballs just going completely inside me, you know that means we're a little bit pooped. So instead of me constantly falling asleep on you folks, we're going to end early. We will be back tomorrow fully awakened as the new week begins in the world of sports. So thank you very much for tuning in. For everybody here at the L2C Sports Ranch, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Have a great one. This has been a Mystifying Creativity presentation in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. For everybody here, good night. May your favorite team always be winners. And good night, America. Wherever and whomever ye may be. Good night, everybody. Wish me luck on a damn Jeep. Bye.